and drop their, offload their goods through Indian territory. And while going back to Afghanistan, they will take these Afghan transit goods with them, irrespective of whether they have the facility or not, up to mark facility. However, Indian exports are not allowed for the time being, but they signed a side letter whereby it may be reviewed in the future and they may be allowed. This new agreement has defined three modus operandi of transporting the goods. One, open trucks. I mean, there are certain goods like cement, they are not using them as a containerized. Second, the containerized cargo, and the third one is perishable like fruits and vegetables. This new agreement has arbitration clause in it, which is a good sign, but it is very confusing. Now the core issues, sorry, there are certain other, this new agreement has certain measures which will curb, so-called curbing the unauthorized flow of goods, and they have suggested that installation of tracking system in the vehicle shall also be made. There is a clause whereby our custom and their custom can share the information, and another important clause is built in there which suggests that incashable financial guarantees for an equivalent to Pakistani levies and its release consequent to arrival in Afghanistan. When they will import goods from Pakistan, Pakistani border पे उनको वही duties they have to pay as if a Pakistani importer is paying, and for that they will not be paying, they will be submitting guarantees, financial guarantees, and in the event if they offloaded in Pakistan, their financial guarantees will be confiscated or encashed. Now the core issues. The core issue in Pakistan-Afghan transit trade, for which we need a review, are smuggling, number one, and it is causing a loss of something like 200 to 250 billion rupees. As I suggested you earlier, that Afghanistan is a landlocked country, but it has an access from three sides. There are 58 landlocked countries. However, Afghanistan has a unique feature of it as being open. It is open from three sides. The concept of future or periodic review is missing in this agreement. Ground facts, since the border is huge, ground facts are not conducive to enforce APTA and later spirits, because we are under the influence of NATO, we are under the influence of US, so we cannot enforce it in later spirit. Now, what suggestions we have made? We have made some rational suggestions to government of Pakistan, which unfortunately they never bothered to look into. We said, look, to safeguard our interests and knowing the proportion of population between Pakistan and Afghanistan, we must compel Afghan government to come to a quantity-based agreement. Since they have got three sides open, they can always enter into an agreement with Iran. They can bring their goods through Central Asian Republic, and Pakistan is another avenue. So we said, look, just quantity-based agreement based on their season. Like there are certain few seasonal things which they don't require in summer, which Pakistan requires. So there is another chance of smuggling. So we said, just plug this loop. Unfortunately, Afghan government put a pressure on Pakistan government, and we succumbed to that. And we have foregone it. Second issue was, while Pakistani trucks were the only modus operandi or transport mechanism of Afghan transit trade, and now if they are allowed it, we wanted to have an exclusivity for other goods export to Central Asian Republic, which was again denied. Packing mode. the packing mode which they are following right now is basically PRAL has made a system for them. They fixed the routes, 5-6 routes for different Afghan borders, and then they are sealing the cargo on a visual method. They are sealed here and they will be de-sealed in the Afghan border, and they are fixing tracker on vehicle. So what we suggested them, we said, look, fix tracker on containers and monitor it at 3 places. 1, at an independent tracking company. 2, Pakistan custom. 3, Afghan custom. And whenever we find कि ये खोला उन्होंने container, their financial guarantee should be confiscated and they should be in cash immediately, beside confiscation of goods, which is again rejected. For bulk and oversized good, we have again offered the same suggestion, but they again rejected. For packing of good, fruit and perishable, it was the same mechanism which we suggested. Financial guarantees. Dear friends, as we all know that Afghanistan's banking system is not good at all, and they have their default ratio like 30-40% in Afghanistan. The banks went into liquidation. One of the largest scam of Afghanistan, largest bank, emerges very recently. So we suggested them, like India has done with Nepal and Bhutan, we must have a sovereign guarantee agreement, or they must deposit cash with us. And consequent to the crossing of goods in Afghanistan, we must return them either through National Bank of Pakistan, or Afghan government should surrender their guarantees, which was again denied. Passage to Central Asian Republic. In the MOU which was signed, this clause was not catered at all. Pakistani transportation entities were not allowed freely to move into Central Asian Republic via Afghanistan. And above all, what they used to do, I mean, when you are taking your goods from Pakistan to Central Asian Republic, upon Afghan border, you are being charged, or you are being deposited, you have to deposit 100% of cash, and then on your return, you will be refunded with 90%. 10% they retain as their infrastructure tax. Whereas for our agreement and their tax, when they will be using our territory for dropping their goods to India, they will not be paying us a single penny. It has not been taken care of. We are not allowed to inspect Afghan trucks unless otherwise both the custom agrees to it. We have suggested certain public moral issues, human plant lives, which they have catered into the agreement. Then we have suggested that you should define an entry and exit point. Again, they have taken this fact into care, and they have suggested the route. We have made suggestions that preferably the currency should be Pakistani rupee or Afghan. Again, no attention was paid to that. While these suggestions were made, beside that, the business fraternity also made some suggestions, like forming a strategic group of 2 countries and their businessmen to review on a periodic basis. So they have never accepted this. We have suggested them that a negative list shall be drawn for all the goods which Pakistan is exporting to India and Afghanistan is simultaneously also exporting to India, so as to protect our industry, which was not catered for. Last but not least, we have suggested that no talk should be initiated for the export of Indian goods to Afghanistan for next 5 years. It is also not being taken care of. This is the total scenario. Dear friends, according to a calculation which we have made, Pakistan is suffering a loss of 250